Okay, so I've decided to talk about some geometry. Mainly just because I'm playing with this thing and trying to learn how all this stuff works. But I figured I might as well post them because it may help somebody. So let's talk about a circle. Now, for the ACT, you do not get a formula sheet. So you have to memorize formulas. Alright, so let's call this circle C. That's the center C. And so it would be called circle C or something like that. This line here is the radius. And the whole line, so that would be all the way through. Okay, that's the diameter. Let's start. And so the whole line through is the diameter. Alright, so R is radius. And D is diameter. Alright, so two of the basic formulas most everybody should know at the high school level is area equals pi r squared. That's pi times r times r. Right? And circumference, which circumference is the distance around the circle. So that would be, let's do it in white. That's the distance all the way around this circle. Like that. Okay? And that is equal to 2 pi r. So that's 2 times the radius, which is that right there. Alright. Or it could just be pi times d, because d is twice the radius, because it kind of splits it in half. So it's all the way across. So either one of those work. So it's pretty easy to calculate. Now at this level of math, that most of my classes are, most everything will be left in terms of pi. You're not going to have to multiply something out. But if it does, it'll tell you use 3.14 or something like that. So we're not super worried about that. For right now, pi is a number for us. It's more correct just to leave pi than to multiply it out. So let's take a circle. I don't like that color. Let's change the color of the circle. It's doo-doo looking. Let's do... that'll work. So let's get rid of that circle. And that's a little bit brighter green. I'm using a black background. I kind of like it because it's different. But y'all can let me know what y'all think about that. So, alright, this circle A, and it's a terrible looking radius. There we go. So in a radius, all these are radii that come out. There's infinitely many. Anything from the center that touches the side, all these are equal distance. Assuming I can draw them all that way, but in a circle, they're all equal distance from the center to the side. So if we want to find the area of a circle, let's just have a diameter. Let's just put one all the way across. Alright, so we got a circle. There's its diameter. And the diameter is equal to 8. So the diameter is equal to 8. What's the area and what's the circumference? Well, area is equal to 2 pi r. No, that's circumference. Pi r squared. Alright, so that's pi times, what's r? Well, r is equal to half the diameter. So r is 4, so it would be pi times 4 squared. So that would be 16. And circumference is just equal to pi d. Alright, we know what d is, it's 8, so that's just 8 pi. Now it won't always be half. Alright, so 8 is half of 16. It's not always going to work out that way, so don't assume just because I was using a powers of 2. That's the only reason it worked out that way. Alright, so let's the other area of a sector, that's the more common thing you would probably see on the ACT. So let's look at that. If I got a circle here. There's the center. Here's it might want you to find the area of this sector, and it's going to give you that the angle here is 45 degrees. Okay, well, how many total degrees are in a circle? It's 360. So you just divide that up. It's 360. Since most of you don't know what radians are, or we would use that, but this is just basic geometry. It's 45 degrees over 360 degrees. Alright, that's the fraction of this pi here, if you want to think of it that way. That's the fraction of that pi. So use that fraction, and then you just multiply it times whatever the area of the circle is. So it's going to give you that percentage of this part of the circle right here. So if we want to know what that area is, if the radius was, let's say the radius was, that looks like a V, radius is equal to, no, let's don't use 4, just use 4. Let's just say the radius is equal to 16. It's a big number. It's a pretty big circle. Alright, so it'd be 45 over 360 times pi times 16 squared. Of course, you could work that out and simplify that. Alright, that's not really what our goal is, just to kind of set up the problems here. So you can work out and simplify that. It would either be a fraction answer in terms of pi or a decimal answer. More than likely, it's going to be a fraction answer. All I'm going to talk about circles, just to play around with this. If you watch this, you can let me know about the black background with the different colors. So that it concludes a semi lesson on circles.